So there's a movement of abolishing, to be an abolitionist of abortion. So instead of regulating,
like the 6 weeks, like they have in Texas.
Exactly, like 6-week bans and 20-week bans and pain capable. Those are what we would call like regulating abortion, which we believe is wrong. It's like we shouldn't regulate murder.
You're familiar with the heartbeat bill?
Yes.
Yeah, Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably know more about that, right? The heartbeat bill.
Yeah,
since you live here, probably more familiar. I do know the heartbeat bill.
It's similar in other states.
It puts the state puts the responsibility to prosecute the abortionist and the murderous moms and parents. It puts that on the individuals,
like private citizens.
Citizens,
the state doesn't criminalize people for violating that. It basically says if somebody violates the heartbeat bill, the only ramifications is a private citizen trying to sue them. We're saying that's not justice. Like the state should say, if it's a law that says they should it should be criminalized, right? So, anyways, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But.
And if the abortionist is caught, they're not, he's supposed to be honest about his findings. Like a murderer is going to be honest, and if he reports his findings, and a private citizen files a lawsuit, he only gets a $10,000 fine, a slap on the wrist. Don't do it again. For murdering a baby.
Saying, if it's murder, if we believe the unborn are humans and it's murder, that's not equal justice, right? Because if somebody murdered their 10-year-old child, they'd be like, hey, that person needs to be brought up for charges. There should be criminal sanctions, right? Even whether it's a mom, right? Like a mom kills her kid, she should be accountable for that. And if we believe that the unborn are human beings created in the image of God, and so it should be the same. But that's not what we're seeing with a lot of these laws and stuff. They're like, oh, that's different. Let's not do that to the mother, and they should be. We don't want to. It's murder.
That booklet explains how that mindset that the pro-life movement has been teaching for decades, that all moms are victims, all of them are victims after they murder the baby, how that has actually continued abortion in our country. Because here in the state of Texas, you've had abolition bills. I'm not sure how many years, 3 or 4 years?
We've had 3 so far. We've had 3 bills.
What's that?
I'm not too sure.
Okay,
we've had 3 bills of abolition in Texas, where basically the bill was that it would abolish abortion in the entire state of Texas. So not hey, we're gonna say this week like you said 6 week this or the facility has to be a certain size, and where abortion would be illegal, unconstitutional, punishable. The entire state. We've had bills of abolition but the problem was the pro-life politicians, the Republicans that basically would not allow that bill to continue. They're the ones who killed the bill, not the pro-abort Democrats. It was the conservative Republicans saying, oh well, no, this is too harsh, and mother shouldn't be criminalized, and the
abortionist, let's only give him 10 years or something, and
So that's the problem.
Look that up. The website that's on there, Free the States. There's a podcast in there. It's called The Liberator. I was listening to it on the way here, and they were talking about how Stephanie Click, she's the chairwoman that the abolition bill was assigned to, and she killed that bill to abolish abortion. She's the second person to do it. The first one was Jeff Leach. And do you know how the pro-life group Texas Right to Life responded to that? After she killed the bill that would abolish abortion, criminalize it in the state, Texas Right to Life is endorsing her, supporting her, and they're opposing David Lowe, who is the abolitionist candidate, and he's said that if he's elected, he will oppose all pro-life laws or bills that regulate murder, and he will only pass an abolitionist bill that will abolish it. And Texas Right to Life, they're opposing him, and they're supporting Stephanie Click. And she's the one that killed the abolition bill. She's the reason right now why abortion continues in Texas, and Texas Right to Life is supporting her.
Which is a huge pro-life organization. It's probably one of maybe the biggest, Texas Right to Life. So does that kind of make sense? Some of the things.
And so basically, think about this. May sound a little weird, but not when you realize learn these things. People talk about pro-lifers. Christians talk about defunding Planned Parenthood. If you want to abolish abortion, defund Texas right to life. That will go for defund Texas right to life, not Planned. That will go further to abolish abortion than defunding Planned Parenthood, because Texas right to life, they're keeping abortion legal with their efforts, and a lot of Christians, a lot of pro-lifers, they don't know these things. And so when I was listening to this podcast just yesterday, I was thinking, I've been thinking, there's a lot of people that don't know this. They actually want this to end. They're not like this, the politicians and the pro-life leaders that they know better, but they're hardening their hearts that they want the money. They want the fundraising to continue. They want their job, their cushy job, their 401k pension plan. But there's a lot of people that just don't know. And some, like I saw a youth pastor have his eyes open the other day. He's like, wow, thank you for letting me know this. I had no idea. And so like those Christians all Christians should want the murder of our neighbors to end, right? We should want abortion to be abolished. They need to know these things. They need to know that pro-life organizations, not all of them, but most of them, pro-life organizations, they oppose abolition fiercely. I'm from Kansas, same in Kansas. They're trying to, this doesn't make sense, but they're literally trying to pass an amendment to the Kansas Constitution that would put murder in the Constitution. It's not there now. Pro-lifers are doing that in Kansas right now. And I've been telling them, don't pass this amendment. And they're trying to pass an amendment that will put murder of children in the Constitution, as crazy as that sounds. And so we need to know what these pro-life groups are doing, and there have been Christians who have taught to Texas Right to Life and other pro-life groups, and try to this is wrong. Let's look at what the Bible says. The Bible says to not show partiality to the wicked, and that we're showing partiality to the murderous moms, the dads, the abortionists, the workers, and
not to have unjust decrees and laws
that regulate how, when, and where a baby can be murdered. And it was not to overwhelm you, but the Texas state attorney, he and some of this, like, you can listen to the same podcast I was if you want to. It was the most recent one, The Liberator on YouTube. They were saying how the Texas state attorney a few years ago, I'm not sure the exact year, he testified in defense of the abortion dismemberment ban. You may recall that.
I'll have to look it up. Yeah, there's a lot of information.
It is. But basically, the dismemberment ban, he admitted under oath that it would not save one baby.
It's basically a law that would say that it would be illegal to dismember the unborn baby.
But basically, as long as you kill the baby and
dismembering.
If you kill the baby and then dismember the baby, that's fine. You just can't dismember the baby while he or she's still alive. But you can murder the baby. That's okay. And that,
so you can see
that's a pro-life attorney saying that under oath. So I mean, it's those who fear God, those who hate, they want abortion to be abolished. It's like we need to know these things. As I used to be in the pro-life movement, I didn't know any of this, and so I mean, really, think about that. And
this pamphlet, if you take it and read through it, it's not that long. It'll explain a lot of this, and you'll have more time to
Yeah, I mean,
because I know we said a lot of stuff.
It's all good, yeah.
It's all right.
But read that, and if if you're interested in more, to find out more, I mean, I can get your contact information if you
definitely need to do some, they definitely inspiring more research.
And go to freethestates.com.
Sweet.
And stop supporting pro-life groups that are keeping abortion legal.
Yeah. What was your name again?
I'm Will.
Will, I'm Daryl.
Nicholas.
Even though there's always that bad apple in the bunch, but I mean, I see us on the same side. I'm pro-life or against I'm to the point where I want abortion completely outlawed, but also death penalty. We need our right to a life. We have no right to kill somebody. Our prison system can do it. And for the euthanasia of the homeless people, no one should unjustly die. No one has to say to who lives and who dies.
Mm-hmm.
That's mine.
Yeah.
Pro-life.
I mean, I would probably have a different opinion on that. I'm not necessarily, and I don't know what your view is, but I'm not against the death penalty for
those who are guilty.
Yeah, for those who are guilty, for murder, because they're not innocent. I would say the difference is, I'm not against any kind of killing, but I'm against murder, right? Mm-hmm. And so killing could be in war, self-defense,
Yeah.
I would say that,
Defending other people.
or the death penalty. But murder is the killing of an innocent, intentional killing of an innocent human being. So if somebody came up here, God forbid, came up here and shot me, I didn't deserve it. I'm an innocent human being. I get shot dead. That's murder, right?
And it would be right to take that person down if possible to save you.
And that would be different. And even the law, even under the law, if somebody came up here and was starting to stab me and he got in between and tried to do everything not to have to hurt this person, but even if he did have to, that was the last resort and he had to maim or possibly kill, the law wouldn't even hold him accountable. He wouldn't say, well, he would say that you did what you, unfortunately, you had to do that because this guy was stabbing me and he had to stop that. He would be innocent. Now, that guy who was stabbing me, he would be guilty. You see the difference? And so I would say that not all killing, but that's,
Let me show you some on the back of that as well.
Oh, sure.
I'm going to go back down there, but this is the spot. So it's up to you.
If anyone wants to join me over here, you can tell them I'm over here now.
Okay.
Yeah.
The person that was with you?
Yeah, you can tell them I'm over here now.
Okay, cool. Hey, it was nice to meet you.
Well,
I'm sorry,
I didn't
what was
catch your name
again?
either. I'm Will.
Will, Daryl. Hey,
Daryl,
hey,
sweet.
thanks for stopping and talking.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And I want to point this out real quick. This is a big, maybe the biggest reason, but it's one of the biggest reasons why they won't pass an abolition bill, because they believe that we must submit to the Supreme Court and unconditionally, that they believe the Roe v. Wade is the law of the land when it's not law.
It's not even law.
It's an opinion. You get that.
Yep.
A lot of pro-life leaders and politicians don't get that. But that's our problem is we're bowing down to a lawless court and a lawless opinion. And Texas Right to Life, they refuse to stop bowing down to a lawless court and a lawless opinion. And because we're calling them to defy Roe v. Wade, to ignore the Supreme Court on this matter of equal protection for all human beings. And that's what we hear at the Capitol. Roe v. Wade, we're going to try to get it overturned. We don't need to overturn. It's not law. Just ignore it. And so I just want to point that out real quick.
No worries, yeah. Y'all definitely gave some information for me to look into. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for talking with us.
What was your name as well?
Nicholas.
Nicholas, sweet.
Yes,
Will. Yeah, one of my jobs I'm going to do right now.
Okay.
We have a little group me, and they were saying there's some anti-abortion people out there, and they're clearly on pro-abortion. And I was like, well, we can't ignore the truth, the grotesque. This is the truth of what's happening. Babies are being murdered, and we can't ignore that. And this is definitely controversial, but we can't ignore it.
Well, most people want to ignore it, and maybe one of your friends would like one. Could have. Here's a couple. Give them to them and see how open-minded they are. And but yeah, that's check that out. Free the states, and there are a lot of things that you can do. I don't want to make it late for work, but consider what I believe the Lord had us to share with you, and consider what the pro-life movement's doing. There's more examples in there about it, and so I encourage people to not support the pro-life movement and pro-life groups anymore. If they want baby murder to end, we need to stop supporting these groups. So yeah, it's a lot to think about. Yeah, it's pro-life groups are literally keeping abortion legal, literally, and pro-life politicians are keeping abortion legal. And those who get the mailings, they have no clue. They have no idea about that. We need to. They need to be educated about that as you're being educated.
Yeah, I know. The root of what I do with my ministry here with the Catholic Church is in prayer. We can't talk to the politicians directly, but we can pray as much as we can. And
why not? Why can't you talk to them directly?
Oh, I can't right now. I can send emails, I can mail, do what I can. But
just don't pat them on the back for passing religious decrees.
If they say they're pro-life, but they're really not, then that's
most of them are not.
Then yeah, we should probably oust them. But I see us on the same side. We're trying to do the Lord's work and trying to save the unborn. And those that aren't really doing it, then they're not pro-life.
Well, just to make a correction there, we're anti-abortion, but more we're abolitionists.
Okay.
And that explains. I think you've hopefully got it.
Yeah.
We make a stark contrast distinction between pro-life and abolition. So, because words matter, And
No, I mean, I agree with that. That's why I forgot his name. Was it Mark? His name was Mark?
Is sorry, Pastor Daryl.
Pastor Daryl. Okay.
Rodriguez. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Daryl. Yeah, well, I was talking with Daryl. Like, pro-life includes,
If
outside of abortion, but,
not to keep you, but if
No worries.
we're doing a we're here for a conference. I'm here for a conference. In San Antonio, and
I'm from San Antonio, so.
and we're doing a tonight we're going to be doing we're going to have speakers talking about pro-life versus abolition. And if I don't know what your schedule is, but if you have time to come, I could send you the information, and you can learn more about how to actually go about abolishing abortion rather than just regulating it endlessly, continuously. So maybe you can't make that tonight, but I wanted to put that out for you that we're doing that tonight, and there'll be a free dinner, like at 5, and so I mean, if you're open to that, I can give you that information.
Thank you for the invite. I'll be on a retreat this weekend, starting tonight. So
Okay, so you'll
yeah.
just wanted to
Thank you, though.
and in case you were able to make it.
Yeah.
But check out the podcast on the Liberator. It's in the back of this.
On this one?
This one? This one.
Okay.
Yeah, their YouTube channel right there.
Oh, there it is. I see
Yeah.
it. Sweet. Are you recording that right now?
Yeah.
Can I say hi?
Yeah.
So, thank you again, though, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you, Will.
Hopefully, people stop by and talk.
Lord willing.